Hi, welcome to Go with Yin Yoga. Today I have a leg Yin Yoga practice that is focused on the earth element of traditional Chinese medicine. And the theme of this practice is, can you heal yourself? And so that's something you can ask yourself as you move through the poses, or just concentrate on your hips, your knees, your feet, and your quads, because we'll be getting into those as well, strengthening them, balancing them. I'm definitely going to suggest that you have one block. I am sitting up on one at the moment. That's always a good idea when you're sitting cross-legged in easy seat or not easy seat, to have your hips a little higher than your knees. And I also have a bolster behind me, which you can't see right now. I'm going to suggest that as well. You don't need either, actually. I'm just suggesting that for now. Go ahead and gather up those props. Meet me back on your mat or on your bed. Today's practice is going to be a little tricky on the bed, but I'm going to give it a try. So you be a little cautious if you're on your bed like I am. And then meet me in easy seated position. Now let's do a quick body scan so you can see how you're feeling in this moment right now. Starting with your head, your forehead, your eyes. As we move through each section of your body, you can even say to yourself, let go. Your jaw. Breathing easily in and out through your nose if possible. Your neck. Shoulders. Arms. Hands, your heart center, your upper back, your lower back, your navel center, and your glutes and hips, your legs, and your feet. Just take note of how everything is feeling, and maybe notice if there's even been the tiniest of change just in this really quick body scan. I'd like to share with you this quote as you continue to breathe and take your attention to your breath. It's from Honoring Loss, which we've been going through a lot this summer. We are now into the late summer. Traditional Chinese medicine recognizes late summer as its own separate season, and I will share a link to the video I made. I call them mini masterclasses on the earth element that we switched into if you're in the northern hemisphere. As we become grounded in the authority of our physical, energetic, and emotional body, we discern how to heal ourselves. Again, that's from Honoring Loss. We've been diving into this for several weeks now. If you're new here, I lost my mom several months ago. And so I also share with you in this affirmation, I write my own healing, and ponder. You may decide you can't. Maybe that's your decision. Maybe you decide, maybe I need to try that. And it doesn't have to be with grief, with whatever issues you are going through in your life. Can you heal yourself? It's a really good question. If you'd like to set a different intention, now is a great time. Please don't laugh at me, because our first pose is going to be a squat, which is not really a Yin Yoga pose, but some people do treat it as such. getting into it on the bed is a tad difficult. So if you are on your mat, you can stand up and then slowly come down into a squat. I like to have a block. A cork block is better than a foam block, which is what I have right now. That's the way it goes. So I'm going to come up to kneeling, and then I'm just basically going to come into a squat, grab my block, which I'm probably going to have to hold on to, and sit on it. Foam is not as sturdy as, and of course, if you don't want to use a block, you don't need to. You may need to walk your feet a little further away from your body. Maybe it needs to be a little further in. See if you can straighten the spine and have the toes pointing out in the same direction as your knees. In fact, I probably have my feet in a little bit too far, but it's a little tricky, like I said, but it's doable. And close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Really feel down into those feet. Almost as if you have roots growing out from your feet, from the soles of your feet, and deep, deep down into the earth, anchoring you to this earth. And as much as possible, relax the muscles that are not working. And the muscles that are working are your knees and your calves, your quads, a little bit of your thighs, of course, too. You don't want to contract those either, but they're gonna feel a little bit of sensation, which is okay. You can have your palms up, touch your index finger to your thumb if you wish. Last couple of breaths here. And if you are on a block, put one hand down and then the other to the block. Raise yourself up, and then come down. I'm going to put the block aside. I'm going to grab my bolster and sit on top of the bolster and have my feet straight out in front of me, walking my hands behind my hips and allowing my back to bend a little bit, opening up the heart. So we can't really open that heart up if we're not really firmly rooted in the ground first. We need that secure and stable foundation. Everything comes from there. Notice any sensations moving through those legs or anywhere else in your body. And last breath here. And slowly pushing into your palms to bring your torso upright. If you have that bolster, you may want to hold on to it. Come into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists. And hips over knees. And then go ahead and step your right foot forward. Knee is bent. Grab that bolster and let it be underneath your seat. Oh, bandit just kind of collapsed onto me. Mine doesn't quite reach there, so I'm grabbing that block. So we are in dragon pose. Now, you don't need to use a bolster. Normally I would have my back leg a little bit further, but bandit's in the way. So get real sensation, that back leg, the one that doesn't have the knee bent up. Get real sensation in your quads. And again, really grounding, really rooted, very safe, very stable. Last couple of breaths here. And then go ahead and allow that front leg to straighten out. And your hands can come down to your mat or bed or onto blocks. Just a quick counter pose in half monkey pose. Tucking the chin slightly, keeping your neck in line with your spine. And last breath here. And then bring your hand inside and then rock a little bit onto your side. Bend that front leg. And if you're using props, you might want to take it over to the second side. And just go ahead and transition slowly. There's no rush. There's nowhere to be except right here. Okay. So come into your tabletop position again. And this time step your left leg forward. And because I don't have bandit right behind me, I can come into the pose a little bit more like it's meant to be. And because I can almost sit down on my bolster, if you have longer legs, you might have more trouble than I do, actually. I have short little legs, but you can take that block and just place it under your seat. Now you may be thinking, I don't feel a lot of sensation if I use these props, and you don't have to. But I repeat this quote often from Bernie Sanders, who is a very well-known Yin Yoga teacher, been teaching for decades. It's not about how deep you go into the pose. It's how deep the pose goes into your body. And can I write my healing? Last couple of breaths here. And go ahead and straighten out that front leg, bringing the hands down to your mat or blocks. Just countering any tension, muscular tension that's built up in your body during these holds. And if you're wondering what the color associated with the earth element is, I may have mentioned this in the beginning, but I'll mention it again. It's yellow. I actually don't have a lot of yellow clothes, but I did have this top. Last breath here. And then slowly rock over towards one side. Bend that front knee. Drag the foot back to meet the other foot. Maybe a little more gracefully if you're not on a mat, on a bed. Go ahead and place your block off to the side. Take the bolster about roughly 2/3 down your mat. Place it horizontally across your mat. And then again, slowly, always transitioning slowly. Keep the block a place where you can reach it. You may or may not want it. Both knees are bent, facing up towards the ceiling or heavens. Feet are roughly hip width apart on the mat or bed. And then just slowly come on down to your elbows. And then all the way onto your back. If you like to get a little height, you can press into your feet and raise your hips, but the bolster is good for me. You can slide that block in underneath your hips. If for any reason your head is uncomfortable, you can roll up your mat a little bit and make yourself just a little tiny pillow. I write my own healing. Last couple of breaths here. Go ahead and walk your feet a little closer to your glutes or the bolster if you're using it. Press into those feet to raise your hips and remove any props you may have underneath you. And take one knee into your chest and the other. Give a hug to your legs. Bring them into your chest. And just breathe deeply here for a short amount of time. The last breath here. And allow your hands and arms to fall down to the mat. Slowly bringing your feet back to the mat. And stretch one leg out and allow the foot to roll out. And the other. Feet are a little wider than hip width apart. Arms come away from the body a little bit for your Savasana. Not the only way you can relax in Savasana. If you set an intention, now is a great time to revisit it. And I offered to you strengthening your legs and also the ability to trust your inner wisdom enough to know how to heal yourself and ask yourself whether you do or not, and without a judgment or attachment. No right or wrong answer. And then just relax into your Savasana until you hear me speak again. If you'd like to stay in your Savasana for a while more, go ahead and pause the video. And if you're moving out into the rest of your day, allow your breathing to deepen, allowing yourself to come back into the present moment. And let's do a quick body scan again, a little quicker than at the beginning. Starting with your head, ending with your feet, noticing any differences you may feel in your body from when you got onto your mat or bed. I hope that you feel more grounded, which allows you to make those good decisions, to tap into your inner wisdom. I hope that you feel safe and calm. Begin to take any small movements you need to come out of Shavasana and back into the present moment. And in your own way, in own time, meet me back in an easy seated position. Inhale, bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Fingers pointing up, pressing your thumbs into your heart center, bowing your head slightly over your hands. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you always have the inner wisdom to write your own healing. And then slowly blink your eyes open. Taking in a deep breath. Okay. No big breath. And blinking your eyes open, taking in your mat and the rest of the room. And I hope you go out into your day and take this calm with you throughout your day. And for those who have been following along with Bandit, he had surgery a couple of months ago. In fact, we're going for his 2-month recheck today. And I think this is the first video I've done since then that he wasn't in his little blue donut, which is his soft cone of shame. But he's doing pretty good, and he mostly leaves it alone. So I'm trusting him today. Yes. Right about now, you're going to see a couple of practices you may want to add on or check out. One is a guided meditation for inner wisdom. And the other is a mini masterclass, as I like to call them, on the earth element. So we're getting towards the end of the year, and I've been doing these little mini masterclasses on the traditional Chinese medicine elements. And they are in a playlist. I'll link that up as well. So maybe you're in the southern hemisphere and you don't, well, you'll still be in the earth element if you're in the summer. Well, no, you wouldn't be yet. You'd still be in your winter element if you're in the southern hemisphere. Anyway, which would be the wood element. Not the wood element, water element. Winter is water. Anyway, check it out if you're interested in that. If you're not, I get it. No worries. I find this stuff very interesting personally. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.